The history of automobiles is a rich and fascinating story that spans several centuries. The earliest forms of transportation were powered by humans or animals, but the invention of the internal combustion engine in the late 19th century paved the way for the development of the modern automobile. Here's a detailed timeline of the history of automobiles. Early transportation. Before the invention of the automobile, people relied on horses, donkeys, and other animals for transportation. The first wheeled vehicles were developed in ancient civilizations such as Mesopotamia and Egypt. Steam-powered vehicles. In the early 19th century, inventors began experimenting with steam-powered vehicles. The first steam-powered vehicle was built by Nicolas-Joseph Cugnot in France in 1769. Steam engines were heavy and cumbersome, however, and not practical for widespread use. Electric vehicles. In the late 19th century, electric vehicles became popular in urban areas. These vehicles were quiet and produced no emissions, but they were limited by their short range and the lack of infrastructure to support them. Internal combustion engine. The internal combustion engine, which uses gasoline as a fuel, was invented in the 1860s by a number of inventors, including Étienne Lenoir, Nicolaus Otto, and Carl Benz. The first practical gasoline-powered automobile was built by Carl Benz in 1885. Early automobile companies. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, a number of automobile companies were founded, including Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler. These companies pioneered mass production techniques, making automobiles affordable for the average person. Automotive design. In the early 20th century, automotive design began to evolve rapidly, with designers experimenting with new shapes and materials. The Art Deco movement had a significant influence on automotive design in the 1920s and 1930s. Automobile culture. The automobile became a symbol of freedom and mobility in the early 20th century, and car culture developed rapidly in the United States and other countries. The invention of the interstate highway system in the 1950s made long-distance travel by car practical for the first time. Alternative fuels. In the late 20th and early 21st centuries, alternative fuels such as ethanol, biodiesel, and hydrogen fuel cells began to be developed. These fuels offer the potential to reduce dependence on fossil fuels and reduce emissions. Electric and autonomous vehicles. In recent years, electric and autonomous vehicles have emerged as the next generation of automobiles. Electric vehicles offer the potential for zero emissions, while autonomous vehicles promise to revolutionize transportation by eliminating the need for drivers. Overall, the history of automobiles is a testament to human ingenuity and the power of innovation. From the earliest horse-drawn carriages to the latest electric and autonomous vehicles, the automobile has transformed the way we live and work, and continues to shape our world today.